Welcome to Rest Reviews. My name is Daniel, and today I'm going to be taking an early stab at predicting the 99th Academy Awards, which will take place in March of 2027. The reason I'm doing it now is that the Cannes Film Festival just wrapped up in May of 2026, so a lot of people like to wait till around now, because after the awards are given out at Cannes, that's kind of some of the first predictors for the awards season. From taking a look, the most highly praised films coming out of Cannes this year included the films Fjord, The Black Ball, All of a Sudden, Fatherland, Minotaur, Coward, and Club Kid. So first we're going to discuss the Palme d'Or, which is the big prize at the Cannes Film Festival. I believe the past 5 out of the last 7 winners of this went on to get a Best Picture nomination, so it's been pretty in line with it lately. And the winner this year was Fjord by Cristian Mungiu. He previously won in 2007 with 4 months, 3 weeks, and 2 days. I highly recommend that film if you haven't seen it. So Fjord is definitely a good bet as far as in May. The runner-up with the grand prize was Minotaur by Andrei Zhiganetsev, I believe his name is. And so that's also another one to look out for. And then the 2 main actresses from All of a Sudden, from the director of Drive My Car, won the actress prize, and that one's been getting a lot of acclaim as well. The director prize this year was actually a split for Javier Calvo and Javier Ambrosi for The Black Ball, and then Pau Pawlikowski for Fatherland, so they're definitely ones to look out for the director category and Best Picture as well. On the animated front, 2 of the standouts there are said to be the films Tangles and Iron Boy. Out of all of these films, what I'm going to predict right now is that Fjord and The Black Ball are going to make it into both Best International Feature and Best Picture, and that Minotaur and All of a Sudden are going to make it into Best International Feature. Fjord is a big project coming from Cristian Mungiu, and it has Sebastian Stan and Renata Reinsve in it, who are both coming off of fresh Oscar nominations the past couple years, and it's tackling a serious subject too about a family in Romania. Black Ball, meanwhile, kind of took Cannes by storm and really was a standout for a lot of critics. And it's said that it got a big deal with Netflix as well, so that's likely going to be their main horse in the race. So now I'm going to take a crack at the Best Picture category. I'm going to wait on the other categories till we start getting more heavy into award season around September with the Toronto Film Festival. But as of right now for Best Picture, I don't have them in any order, except I do think the Best Picture winner is going to be Dune Part 3. At least as of now. I think Denis Villeneuve is finally going to get his flowers for this one, and that they're going to see it as a Return of the King type of situation where they're basically going to award the whole trilogy. Next I have Digger, which is from Alejandro Inarritu. This is a big project with Tom Cruise in the lead. A lot of people are predicting he's finally going to get a Best Actor award. There's also The Social Reckoning, which is being directed by Aaron Sorkin, and this is a bit of a follow-up to the film that he wrote, The Social Network, which David Fincher directed. And it is also tackling subjects revolving around Facebook, but it's said to be more of a spiritual sequel than a direct sequel. Then there's Wild Horse 9, which is the latest from Martin McDonagh. His past 2 projects did really well at the Oscars, with 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, and The Banshees of Inisherin. So unless his hot streak breaks here, I think he's going to continue doing well. The next Best Picture nominee that I have is Cry to Heaven, which is a big prestige project from Tom Ford, and it's said to be about a bunch of people trying to succeed in the opera scene. And of course, we gotta get The Odyssey in here. It's the next film from Christopher Nolan, based on Homer's epic poem. And of course, Nolan's last film, Oppenheimer, won Best Picture, Best Director, and a bunch of other Oscars. For the next 2, I do have Fjord and The Black Ball both making it in, which I discussed earlier for the Cannes Film Festival. And then there is Project Hail Mary, which was really well received earlier this year and is currently the only film on this list I've actually seen so far. Usually films in the early part of the year don't make it all the way to award season, but sometimes they do, and in recent years we have seen it become more common, such as Sinners, released in April last year, and it became the highest nominated film ever. so don't count out Project Hail Mary, a lot of people seem to love it. And then rounding out the 10 films I believe will be nominated for Best Picture as of now, the end of May, is Josephine. It picked up both of the top prizes at the Sundance Film Festival and tackles some thorny subjects, and a lot of people think this is going to go all the way to the Oscars. On the outside looking in, I have the next film directed by Jesse Eisenberg, which has yet to get a title, but it's said to be a musical comedy. And then also All of a Sudden, Behemoth, Fatherland, and Being Human. Then there's also The Adventures of Cliff Booth, Jack of Spades, The Rivals of Amziah King, A Place in Hell, and then Minotaur, which I mentioned earlier. All of these films seem to have some sort of Oscar ingredients to them, so they could go all the way to the Oscars. And then of course I'm sure there's going to be some surprise releases we don't even know about that we'll be predicting in the fall. So there you have it. Those are my predictions as of now, the end of May 2026 for the Oscars that are going to be next year. And I'll be back around September predicting again, of course, when there's events like Telluride and TIFF. Let me know down in the comments what your guys' predictions are for the Oscars as of now, and I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching this video. You can check out these other videos on Resta Reviews right now.